18 points down for the Nifty, 28 points down for the Sensex. These are numbers which in a sense are unlikely to have an impact. These are not the rates which in a sense would create any kind of collateral damage or any kind of an excitement. Newsmakers now, and not too many newsmakers. Eicher Motors numbers came out, Tata Steel, SAIL, JSW Steel, the impact of tariff, and then let's not lose sight of Hindalco, what is happening there in terms of the impact per se. And Hindalco, why? Because they have Novelis, and Novelis is a subsidiary of Hindalco, and Novelis is operations of Novelis are in United States, and they've done a large capex expansion there. So anything which is in America, and by the way, I'll tell you guys something. What they do, they make the aluminum for Coke cans. They're the largest maker of Coke cans, because the Coke cans. I mean, when I say Coke, I'm just using a cola word here. Any carbonated beverage which is using aluminum, large part of that in US is actually coming from Novelis. So that's the reason why the tariff, in a sense, is something which would favor a stock like Hindalco.
All right, talking about the Nifty Bank as well, it's a 200 points cut is what we are seeing on that particular index. And also some of the movers in the Nifty 50. Let's put the spotlight on Eicher Motors, which is now down about 5%, trying to stabilize from those lowest level. Apollo Hospital also reacting to the numbers and the kind of announcements was related to new tariffs likely on cars, pharmaceuticals. Those are weighing heavy as well, because stocks like Tata Motors, which is now down about 1%. Of late, Tata Motors JLR has been doing well in the US markets, so let's watch out for that counter as well. Other than that, in some of the other newsmakers, Muthoot Finance as well as Manappuram, those are reacting to the CLSA upgrade that is coming in. And apart from that, it's Nykaa as well reacting to the numbers. 1.6% uptick is what we are seeing on that particular stock. From the broader market space, though, the breadth of the market is not that favorable right now. The number of declines in the NSE ratio is seen to be increasing from the word go. It's a 1,500 stocks that are in the red territory versus 550 stocks that are still holding on to the shade of green. In some of the other newsmakers, take a look at Grasim Industries. The management commentary on the volume front was quite very strong. They do mention that the volume growth has been almost 5% versus a muted volume growth that they were focusing on. It's a 2.5% jump is what we are seeing, and definitely the Adani group of counters are now showing momentum after sort of a flattish open for stocks like Adani Enterprise as well as Adani Green. Those stocks are in green territory right now, holding on to the gains of over 2% as we speak. All right, so that's how the markets are panning out right now. But let's take the first race from both of our experts. But Kunal, before we take your stock ideas, help us with your view on the index level. It's been quite a flattish sort of a start for Nifty 50, while Nifty Bank is in the red territory. What are the levels that you're watching out for?
So 23,250 as an intraday support for the index. If we break below that level, then I think the concern could start to emerge again for the index on a near-term trend. And on the upside, I would expect 23,500 as a major resistance for the Nifty. In terms of opening trade, I would look at Kotak Bank. That's a chart which has been doing pretty well for itself, trading about the key support points for Kotak Bank, and I think closer to the 1950 mark looks to be an attractive contra bet.
All right, Kotak Mahindra Bank still remains a buy for Kunal. That's the first trade from Kunal. But Naresh, what about you? What are you looking at?
Looking at SBI as a risk reward trade, 720, 730 has been a support for the last 1 year. So expecting a bounce back from the zone towards 770 odd levels.